nobody be stupid enough to say some to my motherfucking face about my kid. I pray for the to have the balls to do so one day, because when I tell you, I probably would have beat the out of Lex. I will you up, and if your security touch me, I promise you I'll come back to this motherfucking house and blow up this whole goddamn show.
Hey guys, welcome back to another exclusive interview brought to you by Formation Productions and Mo Visuals. I'm your host, Maher Ahmed, and tonight we're here with one of the cast members from Big Lex's Baddies Collection Miami, Bunny Rax. Bunny Rax, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good. We've talked for a while, since almost the beginning of the show, so I'm glad to finally have you here and discuss everything that went on. All the behind the scenes stuff, and to hear your side of the story with what happened in that house.
A lot.
So it's safe to assume that you were a fan of Big Lex from watching Jocelyn's Cabaret season 2. And if so, what was it about her that you vibed with and eventually pushed you to audition for the show?
Well, I liked Lex from Jocelyn's Cabaret because she was funny, and I thought like she was cool and stuff. And then at the reunion, what stood out to me was how they're coming at her about her kid. And I actually told her this face to face. So I thought that was like, pretty fucked up that they were doing that to her. And I kind of related to her on a certain level, you feel me? So I was like, all right, like I fuck with her. It was really to the reunion of Jocelyn's Cabaret that I started liking her.
Okay.
So, because she wasn't my favorite on the show. So, but yeah. And so when I saw that she was doing a show, I couldn't do Jocelyn's Cabaret because I would rather do Jocelyn's Cabaret. I couldn't do Jocelyn's Cabaret because I just had surgery and I couldn't dance. Because Jocelyn's Cabaret is more about dancing and stuff. And I didn't feel comfortable doing it because I didn't want to do a half-assed job, you feel me? So I saw Lex was doing her show and I'm like, okay, I didn't know how real the beef was between them or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because it's TV. So I was just like, whatever, I'm just going to join her show. And I did. And I got on it. So.
And considering that now that's TV is a new streaming network, what was your audition process like?
I actually sent 2 videos. I sent one video talking kind of about my life and stuff. I actually had my faja on. And I was like, yeah, I just had surgery, but you feel me? And I talked about how I actually related to her about her kid situation. And so I was like, I sent that. And then I did another video, which was like my promo video from KOD in Miami. And I just sent that and just was like, I'm a bad bitch, you feel me? And I got on, so. Speaking
of Jocelyn's Cabaret, when you were talking about the fact that she wasn't initially like your favorite on the show, who was your favorite?
So my favorite, it had to be like, there was a lot of them. I like Barbie because I actually know Barbie personally.
Okay.
You feel me? So she was my favorite because she was like, when she walked in, she's like, it's nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how my attitude is sometimes. You feel me? I'm like, oh, it's cool, whatever. I seem better, you feel me? I like Miss Natural. I did. And it was funny because when I did my audition with Lex, she asked me, are you gonna be another Miss Natural? But I like Miss Natural because she was, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was really like true. Like, she's a Scorpio too. So when she was like upset with the rat, I don't know what that girl's name is. I forgot what her name is. What is it? Fucking the little crazy bitch. She's crazy.
Yummy.
Yeah, Yummy. She's crazy. I knew she was crazy rat before. She looked like a rat to me. Yeah, I don't know. She's scary to me. She's scary to me. She's like a demonic spirit, I swear, because so Miss Natural, she was right about how she was feeling, and she felt like she had opened up to somebody and somebody did her bogus, and that's bogus as fuck. Like, I know how that shit feels. I went through that on Lex's show. Like, damn, bitch, I should have never opened up to you. Like, sorry for me trusting you, the fuck. Yeah. So, yeah.
So knowing that Big Lex came from Jocelyn's Cabaret and that her show was somewhat similar, but obviously she had her own like spin on it, did you go into the show with any expectations, and what were you hoping the show would entail?
You have good questions. You have good questions.
Thank
you.
You.
I was expecting, because they had such a problem with how Jocelyn, like they say, you feel me? I personally didn't think Jocelyn was really treating them like shit. You feel me? I feel like season 1, people was walking all over her, talking all over her and stuff like that. And season 2, she just got a little bit tougher, you feel me? And was just trying to like Like she has to, because bitches was walking all over her when she wasn't, you feel me? But I felt like Lex, because of her going through that shit, she was gonna be a lot nicer. I thought she was gonna be a lot more respectful. And she like was talking about how it's gonna be about baddies and women this and women that. So I'm thinking like woman empowerment shit. Like we're gonna go on there and be able to promote our businesses, our music, or this and that. You feel me? Like that's what like I guess me and her definition of a baddie are two separate things. Because my definition of a baddie is going on there and showing like what you could do for this world, for yourself, for other people, for like why, like what makes you special. Like I do things for my community. You feel me? I just did a backpack drive. I gave out 250 backpacks full of supplies for kids, and that was my own money. You feel me? Like that, like, that's baddie. Bitches sucking dildos and that shit. I mean, that like some people would think that's a baddie. That's not a baddie to me. You feel me?
I watched that scene yesterday and I was like, what is going on? Someone actually swallowed somebody's throw up. And I was eating and I literally put my food to the side and I was like, I'm done.
I gagged. Me and my boyfriend watched it. We both gagged because I saw them doing it, but I was not anywhere near them. So I didn't see the up close and all the spit and shit. I
wish I saw your face. I wish I was a fly on the wall and just saw your reaction to that in that moment.
I was like, this is fucking gross. And my man was like, if I would have seen you sucking anybody's anything, we would have had problems. I'm like, yeah, that shit is disgusting. You didn't see no bottles getting poured down my throat. You didn't see me sucking nothing. You feel me? Like that shit. I mean, you saw my titties, but listen, I just paid for my titties and
I'll show them off. Right. And you know what? One thing about you that I can really appreciate is that I think you were always yourself, and we'll get more into it moving forward in the interview. But your biggest thing that you said from the beginning was that you were not there to fight. And I think not a lot of people, some people were there putting on a show for the cameras. And I think at all times you were being true to yourself. Right. And I respect it a lot. That. You know, before you met anybody on the show, did you have or develop any positive or negative relationships with any of the cast prior to filming? And if so, who?
No, not really, but I did send, it's so crazy. I actually did send Pink a message before we went on the cast or before we went on the show. I saw her post something because I saw her following some of the castmates, and I saw her post something about her, like her personal life that I felt like I kind of related to in a way, but not really, you feel me? Like, yeah, ever say somebody, you know how somebody feels, you feel me? But I messaged her and I said, good job for like coming on the show and like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you strong, you know, you got this, you feel me? Like giving her words of encouragement. And I even wrote something positive in her book.
Okay, but no, you didn't know anybody else from the show prior? Okay. What were your first impressions meeting Big Lex, Lucky, and Sapphire in person compared to watching them on Zeus?
So for some reason, I thought Sapphire was a lot prettier in person. I don't know why. I was just like, I looked at Sapphire and she was super sweet. She's super beautiful. She's super sweet. And she has like this energy about her where it's like, you know what I'm saying? She's cool or whatever. Like I really fuck with Sapphire.
Yeah.
Lucky, she gave me this vibe of like, kind of like stuck up in a way. But I heard of Lucky in the clubs in Miami. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know Barbie. Like, I seen season 1. Mm-hmm. Like, you feel me? So I'm like looking at her and I'm like, okay, you're cute, but you're a little different. You got a little, you know what I'm saying? You got a little pep in your step. You feel me? So I was just like thinking that about her. And she was just like, she was cool at first, but I did get this weird vibe from her. I definitely did. And she turned out being a fucking snake. So like, that's cool. You feel me? Lex, she was actually, to me, I got a vibe from her that she's like, she was like nice a little bit, but then she like when the cameras were on, she would start getting tough. But then like, she was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was. And it was like, she seemed like she was like antisocial. Like she was not, like the only time she was around us was when the cameras was rolling.
Was she staying in the same house though as you guys?
She was, but she had her own room and she was in her room most of the time. When I was getting jumped during the whatever anyway, what's it called it? Fucking Sapphire Lucky was in her room in the bathroom making TikToks and shit.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like.
So was it the same though with Lucky and Sapphire? Like were they kind of separating themselves as well most of the time?
Lucky and Sapphire was only there when the cameras were rolling. They weren't there. They weren't staying in the house or nothing like that. She didn't even introduce them on the show.
Oh.
If you see, she just showed. It just was Lex showing them the house. It wasn't oh, here's Lucky, here's Sapphire. Like they weren't. Like they were the team. Like when we did competitions, they were there. But that's when the cameras were rolling.
Okay, got you.
We're gonna be talking about a lot of shit. You're gonna be surprised.
Oh yeah, I want you to spill.
I might have to take off work tonight, but it's okay.
If it gets too late, let me know. But I want you to be able to share.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. I'll just play Fortnite after, so it's okay.
So, getting into the house, what were your first impressions on all the girls, the cast? Were there any girls that you knew you wouldn't or would get along with? And if so, who and why?
So I really didn't have that mentality. I'm going to be honest with you. I try to go into situations thinking that I'm going to be cool with everybody. I do know people don't like me. Everybody knows that. If you know me personally, everybody who knew me personally knew I was going to have problems on the show. Everybody said it. Everybody's like, oh, girl, good luck. You feel me? And I'm like, what? Like, am I that bad? Like fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I didn't have that. I wasn't trying to have that. But when when we first got to the show, we didn't go to the house at first. We went to a different Airbnb and we went in there. We were there for like a few hours. I walked in there with a Hennessy bottle and Hennessy XO. And I was like, okay, I got a little bit of alcohol. You feel me? I probably need to get some Hennessy to talk about some stuff later, but anyways, stop talking about Hennessy. I got the Hennessy downstairs.
There, go get you a cup.
So I walked in with the bottle and like we was pouring shots. Like we was cool. Everybody was fine. We were vibing. You feel me? Like girls would say, I don't remember which ones in particular because this was like a blur, but girls were like, oh, you're cute. Everybody was like being nice and sweet and stuff like that. But it was like once we got to the house and like the camera started rolling during everybody's introduction, that's when I was like, we was all just cool vibing. Now bitches talking about, oh, fight, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I had to put in. Like, I'm not here for that fighting shit, but I mean, if you guys want to throw some hands, I mean, I'm not going to deny you, but it's like, I don't, like, what happened? Why did everybody just get tough all of a sudden? Like, damn, like, I'm sitting there like, damn, bitch, you talk about, all right, gangsta, shit. You was just Mary Poppins over here, and now you fucking P. Diddy. Like, come on now. Like, I don't understand the shit.
So that's when you were like, okay, now I know what type of show this is going to be. Yeah,
pretty fucking much, because I'm like, fuck.
So that first night, we saw you outside having a conversation with Key about people switching up for the cameras the first night. Is there anybody specifically you feel wasn't being genuine?
I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I feel like if you go back and whoever was talking about fighting, that's who I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was super cool. Like nobody was talking about fighting at all before we got into the house. That's when people was talking tough and shit like that. That's when I was like, we've been around each other for a couple hours and you guys are now talking about being tough. You know, like when we're on Lex and stuff like that. Like you guys are trying, like I felt like they were trying to like stand out to her in a way, or like try to like get her attention, or try to just act tough. You feel me? Like, but I should have, like, it's a TV show. You feel me? I should have, like, I kind of expected it to be like that, but I just really like was hoping that people would just been themselves.
Yeah.
That's it. I feel like if she would have picked the right people who are lit by being who they are, then you feel me? Like it would have been a better show.
So you think that she may have picked people that legit were just like, I'm coming in to fight and show that side.
I'm coming here to just make an ass. Yeah, that make an ass of myself and shit like that. Yeah, I feel like some of the people she picked, like, just don't know how to act in front of camera. Like, they don't know how to be themselves. Like, they have personal problems where they're like, they can't be themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not me being mean. It's just like, that's what, like, I used to be that person. Mm-hmm. Trust me, like 2 years ago, I used to be a fucked up person. Like, I was like doing some fucked up shit. Like, I was just not in and out of jail, just down, you feel me, on my ass, like just horrible shit, you feel me? And once I started to appreciate who I was, and once I started to look in the mirror and actually like be like, I love what I see on any day, you feel me? That's when life started to get better for me, and I was able just to be myself and be okay with it.
Yeah, that's growth, and that's becoming a mature person.
Right.
So we were talking about people that started fighting, and there was a fight that happened the first night because drama kicks off between Ferrari and Larissa. after Ferrari confronts her about her pussy stinking.
Right. Which we was in a tight ass van where we basically sitting on each other's laps and shit, and nobody said nothing about anybody's pussy smelling. So I can't sit here and say Larissa's pussy stink because I didn't smell nothing, you feel me?
Okay.
But I also wasn't down on her pussy. But I feel like that was just for a show. I feel like she just did that to like just start some shit. And then she didn't even really like, she told Lex and was gonna write it in her book and not tell her to her face. And we was about to, as a woman, we about to go out to the club. And you about to let this girl go out if her pussy stink? You about to not say, you about to write in her book, you feel me? So, and then Lex was like, well, we'll go tell her. We're gonna go tell her now. And they went and told her, and Larissa was like, okay. And like she just kept going off about it. It's like, why are you being like, if you tell somebody their pussy stink, why do you keep going? Just be like, your pussy stink, bitch. Clean it. That's it. That's all you have to say. That's really all you have to say. There is no, well, I'm just saying. Like, I'm just like, bitch, why are you? And then you do it like we're supposed to be women. We're supposed to be women. And like you calling her out on TV about her personal hygiene, which like I get it, you feel me? People probably was like, ooh, that's fucked up, blah, views. I get it, but that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I there's no way around it. That's fucked up. And Ferrari is the last person to talk about anybody's pussy. She's the last person to talk about anybody's pussy. And that's where I come in, where people are not happy with themselves, that they have to put other people down. You feel me? No offense. Like, I'm not trying to put nobody out there, but she already put it on Instagram. Like, you're like, you got herpes, you feel me? You can't sit there and talk about somebody else's pussy stinking. And the reason why you talk about somebody's pussy stinking is because you're not happy with yourself, because you got something wrong with your own pussy. So don't do that to somebody. Don't embarrass a woman, because she, like, if we knew that shit, if we knew she had herpes on the show, I guarantee you nobody would have called that shit out on the show, because we weren't like that. You was like that, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that shit fucked up. That you can't, like, that's what I mean.
She posted on her Instagram that she had?
She came on the Baddie T, whatever the fuck that page is, and was like, yeah, she had herpes, and there was a video of her like exposing it. She will tell you she has it. She said it herself. That's like an example of someone who's not happy with themselves trying to put somebody else down.
Now I see where you're coming from.
I mean, I'm being so serious. People are probably gonna look at this and be like, what the fuck? But I'm being serious. Like, that's just the truth. You feel me? Like,
even with that being said, did you expect like a fight to happen that soon though?
Yeah, I could have seen it. I could have seen it coming. I wasn't surprised. I was a little annoyed because it's like, damn, y'all bitches couldn't even like get dressed to go to the club without fighting. Like, it was like, for real. That's the only thing that I was like thinking of. So I was like,
okay. And there was some talk on social media about how Lucky jumped into the fight with Larissa and Ferrari. Do you have any thoughts on what transpired?
Lucky was just trying to get camera time. What Lucky did was wrong. And Lex even said in her confessionals that it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Like, Lex should have called Lucky out for that. That would have been some tea or some entertainment, was you calling out your host for doing some fuck shit. That's what a real bitch would do. Because I'll be damned, I brought y'all supposed to be mature bitches. Y'all supposed to be the host. We're supposed to be doing this shit together. And now you're fighting one of the girls. Like, you're going to make me and us look bad because like we can't control our own selves. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
you jumped her. You weren't trying to break it up. You jumped her. You started throwing punches.
Did she ever apologize or anything to Larissa for jumping
No.
in? No? Okay.
Not that I saw. Not that I saw. Let me just say that. Not that I saw.
Okay. But how do you feel upon hearing that Lucky and Ferrari were friends prior to the show?
I mean, it didn't bother me any, because it was like Lucky wasn't the person I was picking the winner. So it wasn't like really, I didn't feel like Lucky. And first of all, I don't even believe that Lucky, I didn't even know Lucky and Lex was really friends until the show thing came out. You feel me? So, I mean, they need to open their eyes and realize what their friendship is really based upon. But I'm just saying, because it's like, of course, it looks good. You feel me? I don't know.
And following that fight, Ariana was seen going in on like a rampage, which eventually led to her and Oso Pink getting into it in the van. Can you tell us how that fight started, considering they were buddied up in the house?
She was drunk. She was drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
She was drunk, but she wasn't. She wasn't drunk the whole show, the whole week.
Yeah.
We was only filming for a week, by the way. Right. But she wasn't drunk the entire time. So people call her drunk and stuff like that. Like, I just want people to understand that she's not a drunk.
I was defending her online for that too. I'm like, I think she was drunk the first night, and then the rest of the night,
she was nervous. She was drinking. She started drinking at the airport.
Okay.
And then drinking. You feel me? And then they had all these bottles and stuff that only lasted a day. But anyways, so it was like everybody got drunk and shit. Like I didn't get drunk though, but everybody got drunk and shit like that. And we were in the van, and I remember like it starting because they were going off about something. It was going off about something, and I remember, I think Ari put her hand in Pink's face, or somebody put somebody's hand in somebody's face, and it started off like that, and then the kicking started.
Is that when her head looked like she was kind of possessed? She was
getting kicked. Yeah.
I had no idea what was happening, and I just thought she was being possessed by a demon, and I got scared.
But she was eating those bitches. She was eating those bitches.
I feel like she didn't. I feel like she might have been so drunk that she didn't feel that.
She probably didn't. She probably fucking didn't, because she was eating those bitches.
Damn.
And then when she stopped and she threw back, that shit was funny as fuck. I'm like, this bitch is crazy.
She acted like nothing happened.
I know y'all heard me screaming, get out the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, get out the car, because it's like, if I get kicked, if I get kicked being sober, like she's getting kicked being drunk, I'm gonna have to fucking beat somebody's ass, like for real. Like that's why I was freaking. And then I was let's talk about that. I was really upset because we were going to KOD Miami. Mm-hmm. That's my home club. I'm a house girl there. Like my boss knows me very well. My bosses know me very well. Like the security know me very well. So y'all sitting here fighting in the parking lot and stuff like that, and I'm standing right the fuck here, and there's problems and stuff like that. You don't think I'm gonna get my ass cussed the fuck out, and you think I'm gonna let you bitches fuck up my bag? Yeah. That 10K is not worth the money that I make in that club. You feel me? So, y'all bitches need to chill the fuck down. Y'all need to chill the fuck down. Like, or we could go to Booby Trap. You feel me? We could go somewhere else, but y'all need to chill the fuck down. Like, that's why I was getting irritated, because it's like, fuck, man. Like, I don't want to be involved in this shit. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. Like, this is my job. Yeah. And then something else about that night at KOD, Lex ended up telling me that I should have worked that night. Just to let y'all know. She told me because they were trying to say that nobody knew me at the club, which is false. First of all, if you guys go back and you guys see them standing in a line to go inside KOD, you don't see me in that line. You know why you don't see me in that line? I'm already inside the motherfucking club. Y'all had to I'm already inside the fucking club. And you want to know another thing? Let's talk about this. I need to go get some Hennessy. Let's talk about this.
Go get some. Yeah, okay. Go get some.
Okay, I'm back.
Yes, you got it.
Okay.
I would take a shot with you, but I don't have any liquor in the house. All right, take a shot before we start talking about this.
Okay. I'm sorry. That wasn't a shot. I don't know if you heard it, but it wasn't a shot.
It was like, go, 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 go. You seen that video where it's a lady where she's like 2 shots of vodka?
2 shots of vodka?
Oh, yeah. That was great. All right,
let's get into it.
So the night of the fucking KOD night, we walked in there. Security first. I was talking to security. They were still talking. I walked in there first. I went straight to the DJ and told him that I'm there, because I told him that we're gonna come film, because they told me at the club already. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's like, they're like, yeah, she's supposed to be coming here, blah, blah. She booked a section. I walked up to DJ Guap. Shout out to DJ Guap. Voodoo money, baby. Voodoo money. Anyway, so I walked up to him and I was like, hey, Lex is here. Play her music, whatever.
Okay.
He said, who? I said, Big Lex. He's like, who's Big Lex? I was like, just go on Spotify or like YouTube and search her name up. He didn't even know who she was. And so when I walked in and I told him, he was announcing, oh, because first of all, when you go to KOD, the only time they shout you out when you get a section is when that sign comes.
The big sign,
and they read the section. So when the sign would have came by, the DJ would have read the section. But I told the DJ that Lex was there. So that's when he was like, oh, Big Lex is in the house, blah, blah, blah. And then he was saying Bunny Rags. He said my name more than he said Lex's name.
Yeah, okay, because he knew you.
On the intercom, all night. They're waiting for their food. Why am I walking around with my styrofoam? I got my food already. I went into the kitchen, got my food. I went upstairs. I talked to the house mom. I was up there vibing, chilling with her. I bought some weed while I was there. But I wasn't known. I wasn't known. Like, nobody was fucking with me. Nobody was. And then they're like, well, I don't remember which girl it was, but one girl was like, well, you should have got the bottles. You should have got the hookah. You should. Like, bitch, what? Bitch, I'm not.
We ain't friends like that.
Shit. So why am I going to sit here? And then Lex was like, oh, well, you should have worked. You should have got on stage and worked. And I'm like, why? What? Talk about, oh, then let me add this part. She said I would have made some money if I would work. She, in her little section, did not throw enough money for me to make any money that night.
Not little section.
Yeah, they had like six girls in that section throwing like not even 2 bands. Divide that by 6. That I wouldn't have made no fucking money. I wouldn't have made no money. And why would I want to come out and while y'all sitting here celebrating everybody being on a show and starting the show, why would I go and dance on the pole, bitch? Like, why would I do that? For you to have some footage of me shaking my ass in the club, bitch, no, you gotta pay for that shit. And $750 is not enough for me to go work my ass on that pole and do a show at the same time. Nope, not like that's fucked up. Like why would you even say something like that? That I needed to work. I should have worked. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from.
Bitch, on a Monday, I think it was a Monday. It was during the weekday. I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, and I mean later that I think it was the same night where things popped off in the van between you, Pink, and Deja, where Ariana throws a chicken wing in your direction. Considering the fact that you did not want to go into that house fighting, what was going through your minds?
Well, when she stood up, I thought she was about to start jumping on the fucking motherfucking thing. So that's why I punched her to really stun her to get her down. You feel me? To like just sit down, stop. You feel me? It was like, you know, some people be drunk and you just gotta like a little puppy. You feel me? Like, pow, bitch, stop. You feel me? Yeah, like that's what it was. It wasn't like I wasn't gonna beat her ass. You feel me? Like that's not what it was. It was just like stop. Like you're screaming. Now you spitting. Now you do a chicken wing. Now you doing too goddamn much, bitch. COVID. Like what are you doing? Like sit the fuck down. Like get out my space. Like that's what it was, and it was just too much. Yeah. And then for Days to throw. I don't know why Days threw a punch. You feel me? She did try to hand me her food, but I wasn't trying to hand her food, bitch. I just got a chicken wing thrown at me. Why am I listening to somebody trying to give me their food?
I can appreciate that also, the fact that you just, you know, hit her once because you knew that she was drunk, and a lot of people would really like beat her ass.
Took that opportunity to beat the fuck out of her.
Yeah, which I think is wrong because you're taking advantage of the fact that they can, you know, maybe barely fight back. Mm-hmm. So later in the show, Key wants to go home because she doesn't feel like the show is allowing her to be herself. Do you feel where she was coming from, or could you relate to her at all?
I believe what you're saying because that's the shit I was basically saying at the end of the show. Like you trying to exploit us, and she wasn't lying. What Key was saying was right. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I watched Key tell her that shit, I was screaming, yes. Like I know that's right, bitch. I didn't know she was saying that shit to her, so I was like hyped because I'm like. She stood like I really appreciate Key for standing up for herself and saying that to Lex, even though Lex switched on her. You know what I'm saying? She did like the victim mindset shit where like she's like, oh well, if you want to cry, she's like, you could leave or something, and then say, like throwing shots and like, oh, you crying, or if you want to be a weak bitch. You feel me? She's not being a weak bitch. She's being who she is. And she's saying how she feels. So you talk about weak bitch and try to make her feel like she's a weak bitch for speaking up for herself is fucked up. You feel me? Like it's like I don't know if Lex had a pimp before, like if she's like had a pimp or something. But the way she tried to talk to females, it reminds me of somebody who used to have a pimp. And like this is like you learn this shit from like a pimp.
That was one of my next questions because I know we touched on that a little bit earlier when you were talking about how she spoke to some of the girls, because I know some of the fans actually compared to how she spoke to you guys and compared it to the way that Jocelyn talked to the girls on her season. So do you feel like she ever had like a power trip being a host, or do you feel like she was always respectful?
No, she definitely had a power trip because she. Okay. And then, her telling the girls, "Oh, my sister was here. She was fine." She was saying some other shit. She told us that none of us looked good when we went out to KOD. She said that, "What do you bitches have that I don't?" Which I can answer that question for you. There's a few girls here who have their children. There's a few girls here who have self-respect. There's a few girls here who, you feel me, don't have to put people down to make them feel good. You feel me? Like, to make themselves feel good. That's what a lot of, like, there is a lot of things, and there's a lot of things that those girls on the show have that I don't. You feel me? It goes the same way for everybody. You are not better than nobody else, and you're not less than nobody else, but you're definitely not better than me. You feel me? Like that's what she was trying to, she was trying to make it seem like I'm a bad bitch. I know what a real bitch is, this and that, bitch, but you don't. You're still growing like us. You still have internal problems like some of the girls. Because you wouldn't be saying the shit that you're saying if you didn't have those problems. You talk about, oh, none of you girls look good. Like, why would you even say that? Why would you even say that to women? Why don't you just be like, we need to, what I would have done was like, well, we need to step up our, we're going to go to the store. We're going to get outfits for all the girls. We're going to dress y'all up, and we're going to try this again. Like, you feel me? I'm going to teach you girls how to dress. That's what a real bitch would have done. Now, oh, none of you bitches look good. Ferrari looked good, but Ferrari was wearing something that you get at adult XXX down the street for $20. So I don't know what the fuck you thought that lingerie outfit was that was cute, but bitch, don't play me because I look bad as fuck. And just because you think you a host, and just because you think you something, I'm not gonna sit here and have you tell me what a bad bitch is, because you're not a bad bitch yourself. You feel me? That Shane Justin outfit that she wore, there's a different couple of Shane Justin outfits, settle down. The fuck? And I love Shane Justin. I'm just saying, I'm not no fucking rich ass bitch. You feel me? I'm not gonna be like, you feel me? I'm not gonna sit here and be treating people like, oh, you don't look good, but I'm wearing this. Like, you feel me? Get the fuck out of here. That's not cool. That's just not cool. Like,
I know what you're saying. I mean, women should be uplifting each other. There are already, there are already enough people, downplaying women. Men do it all the time. So I agree with you that women should always be uplifting each other.
Strong people lift people up. Weak people, they put them down because that's all they can do. That's how I look at it.
So speaking about Ferrari, there was the first challenge where she actually won some money, and she talked about how she thought her money got stolen. And she started going through people's stuff. So at the time in the house, who did you think could have stolen it, and why?
Nobody stole that money from the house. She did that herself. She should have even won that challenge. I was second place, but they didn't put it out there. I was second place, and I just had surgery 6 weeks ago, and I just got cleared to work out the day before. And I got second place. So I was kind of irritated that they didn't put out there that I was second place, because I was like, damn, I did work my ass off, you feel me, to get on that motherfucking bull, you feel me? But she was on the bull hella long. She won that money, cool. I even said in the show, I won second place if I didn't have my surgery. And she's like, whatever. Like, yeah, you feel me? Like, I said it. So then when her money went missing, it just didn't make it. Like, it was just like, we all was around each other all the time. Like, if we was in our rooms, we were all in our rooms, you feel me? But I didn't think nobody stole the money, especially on day 2, you feel me? And I just think that she I heard one of the girls said that she told them that she did that for production. She did that for camera time. Because out of everybody, why would you go through Huckleberry's bag? First of all, and second of all, I said in the kitchen, I don't know if y'all heard me, but I said, if they had fucking mics, I swear to God, y'all would have heard me talk a lot more. I said in the kitchen, you're not going through my bag. I said that in the kitchen. And she didn't say nothing about my bag. She didn't go through my bag. She went through Heaven's bag, behind her bag, and then she went through Huckleberry's bag. But it's like the cameras were around. You have to go, like, y'all saw how the cameras were like late, you feel me, on some shit. But when it was like some shit that was like weird as fuck, the cameras was right there.
Okay, so you felt like it was planned.
I feel like it was planned because you had to go get the cameras and be like, come here and watch me go through this girl's stuff. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it didn't show how she realized that her money was missing.
Okay.
Did anybody notice that? Nobody's like, all of a sudden her money's just missing. And like, how?
Okay, got you.
That's why I was just confused. Like, nobody stole her money. She did that for camera time. And then she got beat up because of it. So like, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like, just like getting beat up for something that didn't even fucking happen.
Right. And she won that money from the bull riding challenge. Did you enjoy the fact that they were incorporating challenges into the show, or did you think that they should have done something more tailored to the girls?
I did like the challenges, but didn't fucking matter about the challenges at the end of the fucking day. That's the thing that blew the fuck out of me. At the end of the day, the last episode 10, those challenges don't mean shit.
Okay.
So what was all those challenges for?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, why have most of us, actually all of us, I don't give a fuck, all of us was going hard in the challenges. Even Pink, who said that she didn't think she was going to win any challenges, she still was going hard.
Right.
She still was trying. You feel me? Everybody was working hard in those challenges. I ate a fucking hot chip. I have gastritis. I should have ate that shit. That shit hurt so motherfucking bad. That shit hurt so. When I said that shit hurt so bad, I was on the phone with my boyfriend. I was like, I think I need to go to the hospital. Because I couldn't move. My stomach hurt so goddamn bad. You feel me? Oh. And so like, bitches did what they had to do, and it was like, damn, like you could at least gave out like a second place winner, something right. For bitches who was actually trying to win these competitions. The paintball, that like they didn't even tell us. They didn't even tell us that we're paintballing. So we weren't even properly dressed. I felt bad for Slim. She was fucking like, they did that shit on purpose. Wait, are we going to talk about the paintball soon?
Oh yeah. Look, I mean, I've been paintballing before, and I'm a warm way. Okay.
I'll slow down, man.
Okay, we'll definitely talk about that. So with Ferrari insinuating that either Huckleberry or Heaven stole her money, she went for Huckleberry's bag first. Were you surprised that she targeted Huckleberry?
No, she went through Heaven's bag first.
Oh, she did.
She went through her bag, I think, and then went to Huckleberry, and then Heaven found out she went through her bag.
Okay. It was like the second episode or something, but like with that,
it doesn't matter. She got her ass beat twice in one night, so that's what happened. It is really the matter of the order at this point. Let me get another drink.
So, what did you think that Ferrari's goal was, wanting to go through Huckleberry's bag in general?
I don't know, because
there's a size difference.
I feel like, I don't know, because it's like she should have known that Huckleberry was gonna. First of all, she should have known when Huckleberry took her wig off and handed it to me that her ass was fucking over with. You feel me? Like, she should have known. She should have fucking known.
Do you think that Ferrari at least got a good 1-2-1-2, or do you think she completely lost the fight, both fights?
I mean, Ferrari has some very small arms. Her arms are tiny, like kind of like a midget. You feel me? So I feel like even though like if she got the 2 hits in, like it probably didn't hurt. You feel me? So like it wasn't 2 good hits. You feel me? But I was surprised how Huckleberry was.
That shit was so funny to watch.
I was like, oh my God, Huckleberry.
I'm not gonna lie, it looked like 2 dinosaurs fighting.
Yes. Like T-Rexes and shit. Fuck yeah.
So Big Lex confronts Ferrari after she finds out that Ferrari made allegations about production taking her money. Do you feel like Big Lex's outburst was justified in the moment?
I think that Lex was genuinely upset because Ferrari didn't have her money stolen. So I feel like Lex was upset because, you know what I'm saying? But Lex can't really say, because there's a lot of people there. There's a lot of security and like, there's a lot of men there.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know why Lex got mad. Like, I don't know. I really can't answer that because I know her money didn't get stolen by none of the girls. I know that. I just know that. I know that. Okay. You feel me? Like nobody wrote in my book. Nobody stole her money.
Oh, we're going to talk about that too.
I know we are.
But because the way that I'm thinking about it from Big Lex's perspective is, I hired these people which means like I trust them and I respect them. So like with you insinuating that from them, so say what you want to say.
But no, because the production just had to fire one of the guys that was in the house for stealing money from him. So they didn't trust the people they was around. The China girl, China Daniels or whatever, she was just on a suspension. Like, yeah, no, they're not, no.
Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty sure that I don't know, but I don't know. I think production also edits the videos and stuff like that. And like, they cut out so much shit. Like, if they would have everything with me on camera, I feel like people would have thought I should have won even more. If that makes any sense. You feel me? Like, they cut out so much shit.
Okay.
They cut out so much shit. Like, I'm like, I was telling the camera, fuck Lex. I was telling the camera, fuck Big Lex. Fuck this show. I was definitely saying all that. They cut all that shit out.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I definitely did see that.
And I said it on camera, I'm going to be bigger than her. I'm going to be bigger than her one day. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you feel me? Like, I even cried in confessionals. I had confessionals about my macaroni and cheese. I had
Hold on. Wait, what was this confessional about macaroni and cheese?
Because I told them why my macaroni and cheese got fucked up. I told them why. And motherfuckers were, listen, they ate the fuck out of the macaroni and cheese. They put that shit in the refrigerator, woke up that next morning, took it out of the refrigerator, put it on a plate, put that plate in a microwave, took it out the microwave, walked on the patio, sat their ass down and ate that shit all over again. So I don't understand why anybody's talking about my macaroni and cheese so much. But it wasn't my best macaroni and cheese because the pepper did not work. And then Lex called us in a meeting. Let me tell you what happened with the macaroni and cheese.
Is that the macaroni and cheese that they said that you just put milk and cheese in?
Oh, I mean, you do put milk and cheese in macaroni and cheese.
Right.
I put milk, cheese, eggs. I try to put pepper in there. I put salt in there.
We can just end this right now by you just sending me something that can like end the whole debate about your macaroni and cheese.
Okay, I can do that. We can do that. We can do that. I don't give a fuck. We can do that. I need a redo. I need a fucking redo.
Okay.
I got to so shit. I can make something for him to be here. You feel me?
So during that challenge, Oso Pink goes off on you after you shot her under the mask with a paintball. Did you and Pink have any tension in the house that caused things to get heated so quickly? No,
the paintball was really what started it.
Okay, what else happened during that scene that you wanted to do?
The scene really, she came around and they kind of made her shorter because she came around and she asked who did it. I told her I did. And I was like, I didn't mean to do it, whatever. Then she just kept going off. And I'm like, okay, well, I said I did it. You feel me? Because she kept saying like, well, whoever shot me. I said, I did. Like, she didn't hear me. I kept saying I did it. Then she kept going off, and I'm like, okay, I did it, so what? Like, what the fuck is up? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you upset? Like, I get it, and I knew I hit her because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I saw the bullet hit her head on top of her. Listen, and I laughed, and I felt bad for laughing because I'm like, oh, I didn't know how much that shit hurt.
Right.
So I didn't know. You feel me? And then when she came back in, when she tried to shoot me down, they made it seem like she shot me down. First of all, they didn't even show. There was cameras inside. They didn't show. I didn't get hit with none of those paintballs. And
wait, she shot like 47 times. None of them hit you?
None of them hit me. She was shooting for hella far. And then I couldn't even shoot her back because if you guys watch, Lex walks in right before she does.
Okay.
She was standing next to Lex, so I couldn't even shoot her. But Lex was like, well, if you would have told me to move aside, I would have moved aside. Like, girl, when I'm mad, I don't be contemplating and thinking like that. You feel me? And like, no, like, so I walked up to her and I started going off, and then you guys can see because I know myself. So I saw myself really try to calm down, and I lowered my tone because I saw her screaming. I lowered. I'm like, listen, and I try to calm down. Like, listen, like it's not that big of a fucking deal. You feel me? You know when they edit out? We don't know what they fucking edit out. When I came out, Pink was standing, and I walked around, and Pink was like, "Are you gonna sneak me?" I was like, why would I sneak you? You feel me? She was not the tough fighting type because, bitch, I would be damned if I ever asked a bitch, are you going to sneak me? No, bitch. The fuck, do something. Fuck is you talking about? Like, what the fuck? So,
I was going to sneak you. I would have already done it by now.
That's all I was looking at her like, why are you asking me this? So then let's talk about the paintball. That paintball shit, me and Larissa both was hot. Because let me talk about Larissa. Because Larissa said something about, oh, why would we split the money? This is what happened. when I went, there was like a little deck thing. Larissa was hiding underneath it. I was gonna hide underneath the motherfucker too because I'm like, shit. First of all, yeah. Hold on, because I forgot a lot of things about the paintball shit.
Ooh.
Let me start from the beginning.
The Henny is working.
When they didn't tell us what we was gonna do. So when we went there, and then she asked me, remember she was like, oh, we're gonna see how you do, Bunny Rex, because I actually brought up paintballing the day before.
Okay.
I said, wouldn't it be cool if we went paintballing? And Lex looked at me and was like, wouldn't it be cool? And then the next day we was at paintballing. So I was like, damn, that's cool as fuck. Like,
yeah.
I hope this bitch didn't just take my idea, but it's cool as fuck. You feel me? So we went to the paintball shit. When we went there, you seen like China and some of the production had those full outfits on.
Right.
You know, production was inside there shooting at us.
What?
While we were playing against each other's, production was in there shooting at us. They were shooting at our asses. They were shooting at our legs and stuff like that. Yes.
And I know y'all didn't have any protection on because that shit looked like it hurt. I've been paintballing with like layers and y'all had like t-shirts on.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that. And they were shooting us and production was also shooting us. So while we're sitting here really focused on the girls, we got to focus on these men coming in here and shooting us in our asses and our back and stuff like that, our legs and shit.
And I saw a lot of the women have bruises afterwards.
We had a lot of bruises. That was pretty fucked up. I was bruised the fuck up. Like, I had to cover my bruises to work, like, with, like, makeup, hello makeup and shit like that. Like,
damn.
I just thought it was fucked up that the men were in there shooting at us.
Yeah, that's not right. So I don't know if this situation was the same night, but during one of the nights, Slim Jim confronts you about touching her juice. So I want to know what your relationship was like with her because she reacted with she had such a big reaction over something so small.
No, I wasn't shocked. I was just annoyed. I was really annoyed because I'm like, this is the second time that I've told you bitches that I did something and you guys just keep going. You feel me? Like, I feel like I'm like, okay, I did that. You feel me? Okay, I did that. You should be like, okay, well, can you please not do this? Or can you please, like you feel me? You're not even doing that. You just going off. And I'm just like, like, bitch. First of all, we went shopping for hella groceries the day before or the day of, whatever. And there was like 3 carts. And you know what's crazy? Let me tell you some tea about this Walmart trip. I almost got in a fight with a customer at Walmart.
What happened?
And these bitches were scary as fuck. Yeah, because because this is what happened. We went there, we had big ass carts, and we went through the 20 items and less.
Oh yeah.
And this bitch was talking hella shit. So I was looking at her like, "What's up?" Because I'm like, "What? Like you in here talking mad shit, like disrespectful shit." So I'm like, "What's up? Like what the fuck what is you saying?" Because I will crease the fuck out of you right here in this Walmart this Walmart store, and I will put your ass on that shelf with that t-shirt, bitch. So what the fuck are you like? What do you want? Because first of all, I hate going to Walmart. I hate fucking with people. I hate dealing with random strangers and shit like that. You feel me? Like, I could go to a meeting and see people and meet them and stuff like that. But when you're in like a store, gas station, casino, anywhere, and this is random people be acting fucked up. People be acting stupid. And I don't like that shit. You feel me? So I was trying to tell her to fuck off. And all the girls like, "No, Bunny, calm down. Bunny, calm down." I'm looking at her, I'm like, "Y'all gonna let this bitch talk to us like we're crazy? There's 7 of us, bitch." Bitch, we're like, what the fuck?
I love me some videos of people arguing in Walmart. I'm kind of mad at it.
And that's why I was like, but they didn't put that in the show, but there wasn't cameras anyway. So it was like, I just didn't like how they kept making it seem like I was a scary bitch when like I will say whatever. Like, I will say whatever and I don't give a fuck. Like, I feel like people be like, "Oh, well, because you don't get up and start throwing punches, you're scary." Like, first of all, I'm pretty. I like, you know what I'm saying? Like fighting shit, like, it's not like, it's like, I've fought my whole life. I grew up in foster care and group homes. I was literally in group homes and foster care from 13. Well, I was in foster care from 13 to 14. And then I was in group homes from 14 to 18. So I'm used to being in a house full of girls, especially people who have way bigger problems than most of these girls have.
And all different personalities too.
Right, group homes with people who have mental disabilities and like, you feel me, like behavioral issues and stuff like that. And like, you know what I'm saying? I've seen some crazy shit. I've done some crazy shit. You feel me? Like, I'm used to this shit, but it's like, I just don't want to. I used to fight all the time. My juvenile record, oh my God. You know how long it took for them to clear my juvenile record? All I did was fight as a teenager. That's all I did was fight. I never talked. I never argued. I just fought. And it didn't get me nowhere.
Exactly.
It didn't get me fucking nowhere, besides even more angry.
Mm.
Like, you feel me? So no, I'm not going to sit here and fight you bitches. But I'm going to definitely tell you bitches about yourself. And if you want to call first punch, go ahead.
And you've grown. So why take yourself back there to where you knew you didn't want to be anymore?
Right. Because when I left the show, I'm not going to lie to you, when I left the show, it kind of did affect my life a little bit. Like, I went to work and I ended up throwing a tip jar at a bitch's face at work. Oh. And I almost lost my fucking job. And the only reason why I did that shit was because I was so, like, dealing with a week of that bullshit and going to the club and dealing with all these bitches. It was like when I walked in the dressing room and I heard bitches talk, it made my fucking skin crawl. Like, I did not want to be around nobody. I felt like everybody around me were just so fucking ignorant. Like, I was just dealing with some dumb ass shit. And like, I saw people's mentality and I'm like, I swear to God, like, I don't want nobody around me.
You feel like you were still like on the show?
I felt like I was still on the fucking show. Like, me and this girl was just arguing about a little bit of fucking money. And I got so fucking mad. I threw this, and I cried. I went home and I cried. Like, I don't give a fuck what people say. I cried on my way home because I was like, damn, like, that was not meant for her. That was not meant for her. That was meant for these bitches on the show, bro. Who out on people who didn't do shit. You feel me? That didn't do shit to me. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't go back to the reunion. Because I'm like, I don't want that dark spirit and energy around me. I don't.
Is the tip jar okay?
Yeah, they still use it.
It didn't break?
It didn't break. It was really
okay. Is the girl okay too?
It was one of those, like, the tip jar is okay. You know how you go to the club and they put ice in the thing?
Yeah,
Put the cups. It was one of those bins, but it was a tip jar for the DJ. It was one of those.
Now I'm kind of worried. Is the girl okay?
She's okay. She's okay. I apologize to her. I actually told her, I was so sorry. I was going through some shit when I did that. I'm sorry.
See, that's what a real bitch does. Apologizes when they
because I fucked up. I did. She should have beat my ass. She should have waited for me in the parking lot and shot my shit up. To be honest,
snuck you and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Because, like, you can't do that to people. You don't know how people are. People are.
You really should have taken a break after the show.
I actually ended up doing. I took a 3-week break.
Okay, good.
From work and everything.
Okay, and good. See, like, this is a situation where you can vent and just, let everything out. And I guess I know you got your live and stuff, but I mean, I think this is a good opportunity for you to be able to say everything and, get that weight off your shoulders. Cause I'm sure, like, it's been a while since the show, but I'm sure that shit still, clearly it's still with you, in some capacity.
Definitely.
So I want to know who you felt had the best outfit and or looked the best in the photo shoot for the show.
The photo shoot?
Yeah.
Dayla.
Okay.
I really wish they would have made my outfit like hers. I was like, damn it. I was like, that's because I told them I wanted them to show my titties.
Okay. Yeah.
And they gave me one outfit that didn't fit me right, and they gave it to one of the other girls. And I really think maybe it was a Ferrari.
Who did you think looked the worst? Sorry, I'm petty.
Ferrari. I didn't like her dress. But I think that's the dress that I was supposed to wear first.
Oh, okay.
Because then they put it on me. I was like, what the fuck is that? I don't know. And I took it off and they made me a whole new dress.
How long did it take them to make those dresses? Because I thought that was really cool that they just made that from scratch, like sitting there in the house.
Hours.
That was cool as fuck that they did that.
It was cool, I guess. It was hours though.
She said that.
Hours. Guys, it was cool. It was cool. Dale's outfit was the cutest though.
And this is one of the biggest situations that happened in the house where production prints out the insertions and left it in your guys' notebooks and post them in the kitchen. And you instantly became suspicious when you noticed that your son was brought up. So can you break down exactly what went through your mind during that moment?
Okay.
This might be a long answer for you, and that's completely fine. Speak your truth.
So let's go back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
When we was cooking, Lex calls a meeting in the middle of us cooking. That's how one of the reasons why my mac and cheese also got fucked, because it was on the stove for a while.
Right.
But she called this meeting and we were just talking about our problems and what we like, our issues, whatever. One of the issues was that we wasn't getting one-on-one time with Lex to talk to her, to get to know her, for her to get to know us. So then they did this, and I ended up having a one-on-one meeting with her, because she asked who would like to have a meeting with me, who would I like to talk to me, and I rose my hand. So we went to her room. The cameras was there. The camera crew was there. They were recording. They had it set up. And I was talking, this whole scene is edited out the show. And it broke my heart that they edited the shit out of the fucking show, because it's like,
it sounds like it would have been great for the show.
So we were sitting there, and I told her, I actually started tearing. I think I cried. I think I was crying. She started tearing up too during this conversation. And I told her, I was like, I know that people think that fighting is the answer here. I was telling her how, like, I couldn't do that because of situations with my son. And I didn't want to put that image on for my son.
Right.
You feel me? Of me doing all this crazy shit and stuff like that. I told her, I said, the reason why I'm here is for my son. It's not even for the fucking 10K. I said, well, I want to be in a position where I get really, really big, and I have a lot of power, and I have a lot of money, that I could do anything that I want to fucking do. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to get too much into my son, because I am going to make like a vlog about what happened and what it is. But my son is with his dad's side of the family at this moment.
Okay.
And a lot of bullshit happened. Like, I was in the system as a child. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And that same worker who took me from my mother was involved in this shit. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of sneaky shit in the system. People don't realize how fucked up the system is. The system is so fucked up. The system, there's so many people's kids that get taken away for no reason. There's so many, and especially kids with disabilities. You know how much money the state makes off of kids that are in the system?
Yeah.
Especially children with disabilities. You think all the kids that's in foster care and group homes and stuff like that, especially me, was abused by their parents? Or do you think DHS, like the police, just finds shit and tries to do that because they need to get paid? It's deep. It gets deep. You feel me? It gets deep as fuck. So I was telling her, you feel me? Like, I'm grateful. My son that is my pumpkins. You feel me? Like, I like my baby. I have a little white baby. You feel me?
Yeah.
He's so cute. He's 4.
Is he a little mini me?
He's not a mini me because he's like his dad. He's like I'm not gonna lie, he's like his dad. He looks just like his dad. He has my lips. And he has my face. He has my face expressions. But he's really like to himself. Like, my son is like, he loves music. He loves music and sounds and stuff like that. But my son has a disability with his eyes. So his eyesight isn't like 100%. So his other like senses are heightened and stuff. So noises like make him so fucking happy. Like, he loves like listening to repetitive noises and like making music and drums and all that. Like, he loves that shit.
And you opened up about all this with Big Lex.
Well, not the whole part about what my son, like, that's just off. But I told her, I said about my son, I told her I didn't have my son.
Right.
I told her that. I definitely told her that. And I was like, I understood, because when you're reunion, they say, go get your kids back. I was like, I don't have my son. You feel me? And I was like, just because you don't have your kid doesn't mean that you're a horrible mother. It doesn't mean that. You feel me? There's other things that happen and stuff like that. My baby dad, I was engaged. I had a ring on my finger. You feel me? I had a few racks on my finger, and that shit got cut off, and things went horrible for me. You feel me? So like, shit happens. It just, you know what I'm saying? So like, I was just telling her that, and as I'm here to get on the level so I can just try to get my son back. You feel me? That's it. You feel me? Because it's gonna take a lot for you to go against the system. It's gonna take a lot, but it's possible. You feel me? Absolutely. It's possible. And my baby dad's family, I'm not gonna speak bad about them. I'm not, because I can't. But I can't. I can't. But you feel me? Like, I appreciate them, and I know that, you know, they'll come around once I'm more successful.
Right.
You see.
But you do anything for your son, so.
I love my baby. Like, that's one thing. Like, the courts couldn't even the court had it in court document that me and my son have a very strong bond. That's another thing that fucking me up. But like I said, it's a whole fucking story. I'm gonna do a whole vlog where I'm gonna have court documents and receipts to tell people what happened, because what happened to me be happening to a lot of people, and people don't want to speak out because people be like, oh, you don't got custody of your kids and blah, 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 blah. And people make a joke about it, but y'all joking about this, but y'all don't joke about police brutality, but this is under the same category. You feel me? Yeah. Like this is the same thing. Like there's places like up north that like if DHS CPS walk into your house, they be just taking people's kids for no reason. They do that shit. Mm-hmm. Like they do that shit. It happens. You feel me? Like, but like it's just a whole fucking story. But me and her had this conversation. She was tearing up because Lex don't have her kids. She has 2 children herself, beautiful kids. She has beautiful kids, and she don't have her kids herself. But she, on a different hand, on national TV, denied her kids. Said, what kids? I would never in my entire life ever say what child, what boy, what son, no nothing. That's my baby. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. Y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want, but I do have a baby, and that's my son, and that's my baby. So yes, I do have a child. So what's up? Because that's exactly what I would have said to those bitches on that stage. Because I never had nobody be stupid enough to say some shit to my motherfucking face about my kid. And I pray for the bitch to have the balls to do so one day. Because when I tell you, that's why I was so pissed off in that house. People don't understand. I had to walk away. I had to go outside because if I really sat there and thought about the shit, I probably would have beat the fuck out of Lex.
Right. Oh.
I probably would have beat the fuck out of her. And this is some real ass shit because now I'm like, my blood is kind of boiling a little bit thinking about it. Cause it's like I never had a bitch have the balls to tell me in my face, talk about my child. Never. I would have beat the fuck out of you for my child. I would have been Jason. That's my son's name. So I would have been saying my son's name while I was beating your face in, bitch. Just so you remember who the fuck you talking about. You feel me? Like like you don't play with people's kids. You Absolutely. Don't. You really fucking
it's off limits 100%.
Especially somebody who's going through some shit with their kids. Like I could really lose myself in beating your ass and then really ruining my fucking life. I promise you. Like and people are probably gonna look at this and be like, oh, you're so scary. You didn't go to reunion. But I'm gonna tell you one thing I know for sure about is a motherfucker I pushed out of this motherfucking body. I know somebody that I almost lost my life for on the table for. I almost died giving birth to my son. I would do it all over again, and I would die for my son. So for anybody to sit there and bring that shit up, I had to walk away, and I couldn't react because I didn't want to give the wrong person the wrong ass whooping. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was not going to do that because that was some fucked up shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like Lex, you do be talking about people's kids. You talked about killing Barbie's kids. You talked about a bitch having an abortion. You do talk about people's kids, but for me to sit here and really think that you would do some shit like this, I'm just gonna walk out and smoke a blunt because, bitch, I will fuck you up. And if your security touch me, bitch, I promise you I'll come back to this motherfucking house and blow up this whole goddamn show. Like that's how I was feeling at that moment. So when I walked out, she's like, you can go. I was like, that's fine. Where's my suitcase, bitch? Because I'll go. I will fucking go because y'all got me fucked up. And nobody's going to say nothing. All y'all are scary. Every single person who knows anything or did anything, you're scary as fuck. And Lex is not no real bitch because if she was a real bitch, she would have told me. You know what they told me? They told me that if I came to reunion, I would find out who wrote in my book. And we did the reunion. One of the reasons why I didn't go to the reunion is because when they filmed for the reunion, it was before we saw the rest of the show. So why the fuck would I go to the reunion and I don't know who wrote in my book? I don't know nothing. And you guys be editing the fuck out of what I say. So it's like, what am I going to? The only way I would have went to the reunion if I knew who wrote in my book, because then I would be able to fight them. Why would I fight any of the other girls? I don't give a fuck. I want who wrote in my book. I've been saying this ever since I left the house. I've been going off on this whole shit about that because that's some foul ass shit. I don't care. She did that shit for views on her show. There's so much shit. There's so much shit that people don't know about this network. Like this network is her network. Hold on. Let me take a few steps back. First of all, everybody's like, oh, this is Lex's show. This isn't even her show. She don't even own the show. It's the producer her manager who she was fucking. That's whose show it is. They were telling us, oh, we're going to be on a network. We're going network shopping. We have meetings with all these people. And then she even told y'all, oh, this network dropped the bag. What no, bitch, how did your manager He dropped the bag on the show. You're right. And he made his own network. And now they lied to us. They said that we were going to get a discount code to whoever signed up for the show in our name. We got a percentage of the revenue and stuff. They changed their mind. They said that because people were violating the NDA, which was bullshit. People were violating the NDA that we weren't going to get paid for it. They told us that we were going to go to PR, but 2 days before we went to PR, they said that, oh, well, because people are threatening each other, we're not going to go to PR. But it's like, it's a reunion. You already know people are going to fight our reunion. If you didn't have the money to go to PR, just say that. Because at the end, they were like, oh, well, we need to have licensing and this to the film. You guys are unprofessional as fuck. That's what it is. You guys are unprofessional as fuck. You guys had to do the reunion at a house. I heard that they did in the backyard. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I heard that they did the fucking reunion in the backyard. And I really hope that there's not crickets there this time, because those crickets during the whole season, they have more camera time than all us bitches, okay? The fuck?
Not the crickets.